what's up? Got your voicemail, so decided to run over here as soon as I could. What's going on? Yeah, you're not feeling so well, huh? Yeah, let me take a look at you. Got a little bit of a fever there, huh? Yeah. You want to talk about it? What's going on? Let me just take a seat. So, you're feeling stressed, huh? Anxious? Yeah. I totally understand. Like, that's why I came so quickly. Not just because, we're really good friends, but also because I know how it is to feel, anxious and stressed out and like the world is against you and nothing is going right. It's not a good feeling. I know exactly how it is, Yeah, and I don't even care that it's, like 2 o'clock in the morning. You can call me anytime, that I'll come, Actually, I listened to all 5 minutes of your voicemail, so yeah, I actually left my house around the 1 minute mark, so I didn't even finish. I just jetted right out the door, listened to the rest of it on my way, because you didn't really need to convince me, to be honest. Anytime you call, I'll be there, don't even have to worry about it. So, especially since I know exactly what you're going through, whether it's school, exams, work, a boss that's kind of an asshole, coworkers that are assholes to you, maybe people that talk behind your back, family members. A lot of these things can bring a lot of anxiety and stress in your life, and I'm not gonna say that I can make it all better, but I definitely am here to help, to make things better for you, because I'm your friend, that's why I'm here. That's what I'm here for. I'm not gonna turn my back on you in your time of need. That's not really how I operate, you know what I mean? So, I know exactly how it is. And I've had, a lot of friends that have turned their backs on me in my time of need, so I know how it feels. And it's not how it's gonna be with us. You can rest assured. Don't even worry about it. If you need me to freaking read you a lullaby, hell, I'll do that shit. You know what I mean? Don't even worry about it. It's not weird. It's not. So I actually run an ASMR channel, so I kind of do that all the time in a way, if you think about it. Highly recommended, by the way, if you are having insomnia. Yeah, I know what you're going through. I've been there. I've dealt with everything, or at least a lot of it, I was in a very bad place, mentally, ever since I would say around the time I turned 18. I just became very, very jaded with the world. I had just come off the cusp of losing most of my high school friends. A lot of them joined different cliques that weren't like my taste, and so they just decided to stop talking to me. And I just became very, very jaded. I didn't do very well in high school, particularly on the SATs. So, and all this stuff already, but I'm just making conversation for the sake of conversation, the whole, I just want to show you, maybe you forgot about stuff. I don't know. But point is, I didn't care about school as much as I should have. I didn't understand how important it was, and so I didn't do very well on my SATs. I definitely did not perform to my potential, so I didn't get into a very good college, so that didn't help at all. Graduation came, and I didn't even want to go. I was just super depressed, didn't care about anything. I only went because my parents wanted me to go and they wanted pictures, but if you look at the pictures, you can actually see the look of discontent on my face. I'm really just not happy to be there. Didn't want to be there, you know. Then I went on to college, you know, and that things slowly started to change, but I was pretty jaded for the first couple of years. I transferred to business school, to a better business school, and I was majoring in accounting. I was never a person that was very good with math, so I don't know why I decided to pursue it, but you know, that really didn't help me either. 2 years in, I was you know, just completely discontent with the major. I was miserable. The people around me were miserable, and you know, I was just going down the wrong path. I was anxious. I had depression, severe depression. You know, I was dating the people that I shouldn't have, because I was just looking for anyone to listen, you know, to just tell me everything's all right, you know. And so I looked to the wrong kinds of people that I shouldn't have even invested time in, and I ended up getting hurt, you know, and that definitely didn't help. But you know, as time went on, I made the right choices. I switched my major. I decided accounting was not the right major for me. Switched to marketing, got my degree, met my girlfriend, and then I got a full-time job. Things, they started to slowly fall into place for me, and it made things better. You know, my depression pretty much vanished. My anxiety, I had learned how to deal with it better. And a lot of that was because I worked in a grocery store, supermarket for a few years. So I had, you know, seen the worst of people, and I was dealing with people on a daily basis, and it really helped me deal better, because I had severe, you know, social anxiety. You have some too? Yeah. It can be difficult dealing with people sometimes, especially when they're just not very nice, you know. But I did that. I had to interact with lots of people, and it helped me. It's something I recommend that you do. Put yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit. I know that it's difficult, and you know, I don't blame you at all. And I myself don't like to put myself in those difficult, uncomfortable positions. But you can start slow. You know, you can just ease into it very, very slowly. And, you know, gradually you'll see that you'll start to get a little more comfortable. But don't do anything too extreme that you can't handle right away. It's like you have to dip your foot in the water, test the boundaries, and then kind of, you know, just slowly ease into it. And then, you know, you'll see that your fears will start to dissipate. I know I'm going off on a tangent a little bit, but I have all these stories that I want to tell you. You know, so where was I? I met my girlfriend, got a full-time job. Everything was just sort of clicking into place, right? I fell into marketing, and I was doing that for up until even today. And, you know, I was enjoying it, but of course I'm the type of person that's never happy for long. It's one of my faults, you know, because of my anxiety. You know, just constant stimuli, bombardment can be very difficult for me to handle. So, one of the things that I fell into, and this was, of course, over the course of the past 5 years, is ASMR. I don't know if you're familiar with it. You have an idea. You've listened to. You have. Okay, alright, cool. Yeah, so it's not that weird then, right? Because I was going to be like, oh, well, I make videos. It's kind of weird. But, okay, cool. So, yeah, I was listening to ASMR videos for like better part of 5 years, I would say. And, you know, it just really, really helped me with my anxiety, with my depression, with my stress, and also insomnia. Because, you know, I assume you have a similar situation because you called me at 2 o'clock. So you know how it is, you know, it's like I can't fall asleep because my mind is racing constantly. My brain is always turning, the gears are always turning, you know, and it's like, how do I turn this off just for a little bit, you know, just for that 5-6 hours, just so I can rest. You know, it's like, brain, shut down for just a little bit, please. I know that you want to connect all these pieces of info, but we need to rest, you know. So, you know, ASMR helped me a lot. You know, I have all these great content creators, these wonderful people that truly just take pride and joy and passion in what they do, and help people, you know, along the way. And it's just a wonderful thing. And so I began listening to all these different creators, and it was great. It was a whole new world for me. You know, I started to look forward to, and this sounds weird, but I started looking forward to bed, you know, to going to bed, because I was just like, I have all these great videos waiting for me, you know, sleep. It wasn't just sleep anymore. It was an actual experience. You know, it became almost like a fun activity, you know, instead of a chore. You know, so and I continued to listen, and it really helped me a lot. And I highly recommend that you give it a shot. You know, look out for some great content, ASMR creators, and it'll really help you. You don't have to watch my videos. I'm not trying to pawn my videos off on you, you know. Only if you want to. Only if you want to. It's okay. I don't have that many subscribers, you know. I almost have 300, but, you know, I'm a tiny, tiny little channel compared to some behemoths that are out there, of course. But, so, how did I get into ASMR? Well, okay, so, you mean recording or listening? Both. Okay, so I started listening. It was a weird sort of discovery. I actually had my sister come to me, and she showed me a video on YouTube of like this weird 3D haircut, right? And she's like, oh, it actually feels like you're getting a haircut. So I gave it a listen, and I was like, holy crap, you know, it really does seem like I'm getting a haircut. And then I was just like, you know, she kind of laughed at it. It was like kind of like a funny thing to her, but to me, I was like, you know, I kind of like this, you know. And so I decided to look up videos, and I started looking up, you know, relaxation videos, soft speaking videos, and then gradually I started to stumble across this term called ASMR, and I was like, okay, so this is a legitimate thing. You know, I felt these tingles before, but I never knew what they were. And now I was finding all these videos that were, you know, actually labeled something. And I was like, oh, so this is what it is, huh? Interesting. You know, and then after that, the rest was pretty much history, you know? And I just started, you know, making it a habit. I listened to it every single night, even to this day, every night, you know? A lot of people say once they become a content creator, they stop listening to videos, but I can tell you this. I've never been a bigger fan of ASMR than I am right now, and I'm a content creator now. I still listen to it as if I was a fan, you know, and I am. I'm a huge fan, so it definitely helps, you know. And that kind of brings me to my point, right? You told me that you were dealing with a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, because you feel uncertainty in relation to the future, and you know, where things are going, the direction of your life, and things like this. And you know, my advice to you is you have to find, and this is very cliche advice, and I know that, but you have to find what makes you happy. You know, you can't let people tell you what you should be doing, what should make you happy. You know, maybe, you know, the common stereotype in society is that you need a wife or a husband and kids and a big house, white picket fence, golden retriever, and all those things. But if that's not something that will make you happy, don't do it. Don't do anything that you think will make you happy. You have to follow what you truly believe is your source of happiness. And if you don't know what that is yet, that's okay. That's totally fine. That's what life is about. Life is about discovering your source of happiness, your passion, what drives you, what is it that makes you feel alive? For me, I just recently discovered that I love making ASMR videos. I really do. I invested so much into my channel already, and I don't even have 1,000 subscribers. I don't even know if it's going to work for me, but I still want to do it because I truly enjoy it. When I make these videos, I get this feedback from people that tell me, that I really help them fall asleep or deal with their stress. They were feeling stressed out, and I helped them. And that's a wonderful feeling, and it was like a moment of clarity for me, because I didn't think that I would have that kind of impact on people. And when I started making videos, I wasn't doing it because I thought I was going to change the world. I was just going to do it to explore a more creative side of me. And when I realized, like, wow, I'm actually making a difference in some people's lives, it blew my mind. Like I even if it's like 20, 30, 40 people, if I can touch a couple of hundred people in this world, to me that is a huge accomplishment. And I realized that is what drives me, to do more. That is my passion, is to help people, in this weird and unique way that I never thought would be possible. I only discovered this recently, that this is what I want to do, is to help people in this way, to make a difference. No matter how little amount of people I help, as long as it's doing good, it's something that really drives me to go forward. If I wasn't getting all of these positive comments, I don't even know if I would still have that motivation. So it's a great feeling to discover that, and you can do that too. It doesn't matter how long it takes. You just need to take your time. You'll discover what your passion really is. And I know the world can be very, very stressful. There's all sorts of events going on that are very negative in nature in the news around the world. There's starvation, poverty. A lot of people are just not good people, and that can really harsh your mellow, and I get that. But there's one thing that you have to remember, and that it is your life is yours. And I don't want to tell you that, anything you can do, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. I don't want to give you that kind of cliche advice, because you've probably heard that before. People have probably told you that. You've probably heard it from many, many career experts and, entrepreneurs and CEOs and all these people that think that they have life figured out. So I'm not going to tell you all of that. What I'm going to tell you is this. Nobody has life figured out truly. No matter what they say, nobody knows truly, because happiness is a subjective thing. Therefore, everyone has their own source of happiness, So your source of happiness, your source that will eliminate all your anxiety, your stress, all your fears and uncertainties, that is your unique identifier. That's yours to figure out. Don't listen to anybody else telling you, oh, you need this much money and this estate and this much wealth. Sure, it's great to have money. Money is awesome. It helps you feed and clothe yourself. I know it's a necessity. It's a necessity. We need it, for sure. But, you look around the world in the news and you see all of these famous people that have all the money in the world. They have everything in their wildest dreams, and yet they're still not happy. So that, to me, says that they have not figured life out, and they've attained everything, every tangible thing they can possibly dream of. So to me, the happiest people I've seen have been the people that have the least amount of things, the least amount of tangible materials. And that's because it's all about your inner self and working on your inner self. discovering what you're passionate about, what drives you forward, you know? And that is it can be a fun journey. It doesn't have to be a stressful one, you know? It's okay to have stress, it's okay to have anxiety, it's a part of life, you know? But the journey is what you should work towards. And if you can do that, you'll be able to just have everything figured out. And it'll take time, you know? It's gonna take a while. It's not gonna happen overnight. And I'm not making you any promises that it will happen, you know, in 3 months or 6 months. But if you work at it, eventually you'll reach your destination and where you're supposed to go. So I, you know, hope that I was able to help you clear up some of the stress you're feeling. You know, I know that it can be difficult to feel this way. You know, speaking as somebody that was very jaded, very negative, very angry on a daily basis, I know how it is. You know, you feel like the world's against you and nothing is going right, you know. And I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm a happy person 99 or 100% of the time. I'm not, you know, I'm definitely not. I definitely have my own issues and my own problems as well. But what I have here, what I'm doing now, it 100% helps. Makes me feel much better than I would otherwise, you know. And that's why that my advice to you is to just go after something similar. Hey, maybe you can try making ASMR videos, you know. Yeah. I mean, it's a little uncomfortable making the videos sometimes, you know. It's kind of like you have to kind of ease into it, kind of just feel it, you know. It's at first you feel really awkward when you're making it. It's like you're like you know, oh, I'm whispering into a microphone. This is kind of weird. I don't know if my acting skills are good, so it's kind of like But then, you know, you gradually kind of fall into it. So I recommend trying it, you know. If you have some extra time, you can use my gear. I have a microphone, camera, so you don't have to worry about that. Just come over. Yeah, cool. So, yeah, you know, I hope that, I hope I helped, you know. Like, I know that I rambled a lot about myself, and I didn't mean to make it come off that way, you know. It's just that I feel like by sharing my experiences and how I felt, it can really help you, you know, and what you're going through currently. So, yeah, you know. So, if you're gonna turn in, I'll head out. I don't wanna. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll totally crash on the couch, no problem. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't want to go home now because I saw some shady characters outside. I don't know. It was a weird, like, Russian looking guy. I don't know if he was Russian. I don't want to make assumptions, but you know, he was kind of just staring at me, and it was creepy. It was weird. So I prefer not going back outside because I don't want to get mugged on my way home, you know. That'll bring some stress in my life for sure, you know. All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna hit the shower and brush my teeth, and then I'll hit the sack, and I'll see you in the morning. All right, awesome. All right, great. All right, I'll see ya.